Hello, Father Mark Wagner, speaking to my beloved parishioners of Presentation Parish. God bless all of you. Today is Wednesday, the 6th of May, and I would like to begin this coming week to speak a little bit about something that's very dear to my heart, and that is the fact that next Wednesday is the feast of Our Lady of Fatima. And just this month, our Bishop Myron Cotta, spoke to us in a reflection. His May reflection speaks about, just like Pope Francis is encouraging us to say the Rosary, also our bishop also is encouraging that. And he, perhaps being Portuguese, we know that he comes from the area of the Diocese of Fresno, originally from a Portuguese family, and so he has great love for Our Lady of Fatima. And so during these days, I'd like to share a little bit about this wonderful apparition of Our Lady of Fatima and the fact that it is the greatest miracle that has happened of the 20th century. Certainly the miracle of the sun and these marvelous apparitions that happened in 1917 are incredible. But our Bishop Myron Cotta writes about the fact that we're getting ready for May 13th, the anniversary of the first apparition of Our Lady of Fatima. And it is the feast of Our Lady of Fatima, May 13th, so that's a week from today. And he concludes his letter with that prayer that the angel taught to the children of Fatima. So I'd just like to speak about that, the fact that we have to go back to begin the story of Our Lady of Fatima. We have to go back to actually 1916. 1 year before Mary appeared in May of 1917, she appeared actually in the spring of the previous year, 1916, to these three children who were Jacinta, she was 7, Francisco, who was 8, and their cousin Lucia, who was 10 years old. So these very small children, and they were watching their sheep. They were shepherd children watching their sheep in a place called Cova de Aria. And it had been raining that day, and so they hid in a cave. Then the rain stopped and the sun came out. We're going to see in the apparitions of Our Lady of Fatima that the idea of light and the sun and the brilliance of God's light and the light that comes from Our Lady is a real beautiful part of this apparition. But in any case, there was suddenly a great light came, suddenly a great light, and they described it as a light that enveloped them, a white light. And in the middle of that light, there appeared a cloud in the form of a young man. So this angel appeared in the form of a young man, and the angel said, well, the angel said what angels always say. In the Bible, you find that angels, the first word that an angel usually has to say is, do not be afraid, fear not. And we'll speak in the next few days about that phenomena, that angels are awesome and they kind of take your breath away. But the angel said, fear not, I am the angel of peace. Pray with me. And so this angel describes himself as the angel of peace. And of course we know that what we're going to hear in the apparitions of Our Lady of Fatima was that the Blessed Virgin Mary has a peace plan for the world. She appeared actually from May through October, which were of 1917, which were actually the months when Lenin and some of the instigators of the Russian Revolution were moving from England and France. They got permission to move through Europe, through Germany. The German government gave them permission to pass through and travel to Russia, so that by October of 1917, they were able to have this successful revolution and try out their communist theories in this rural agricultural country of Russia. And so it was during those months that Our Lady of Fatima appeared in Portugal and predicted that Russia would spread errors throughout the world. So it was incredible. And she predicted also a second world war if people did not convert. And so these were incredible things that were happening in the world, a lot of threats to peace, a lot of horrors of war, and Our Lady appeared, and this angel appeared, and it is significant that the angel said, "I am the angel of peace." And the angel immediately gave them a good example. The angel went down to the ground. The angel knelt on the ground and bowed very low. And the children instinctively did like the angel. They all bowed down to God. And the angel repeated these words 3 times, and the children imitated the angel and prayed with the angel. And this is the little prayer that our bishop actually quotes. And it's a prayer that all of us can use. These prayers that the angel and that Our Lady of Fatima taught to the children are beautiful prayers which can help us make amends for the offenses committed against God, against Our Lady, and to try to bring peace to our world. So here's the beautiful prayer that the angel taught the children in the first apparition of Our Lady of Fatima. My God, I believe, I adore, I hope, and I love you. I beg pardon of you for those who do not believe, do not adore, do not hope, and do not love you. We know that we're called to have faith, hope, and love. Even in difficult times like this pandemic, we're called to have hope and to have love for God and neighbor. So let's remember our neighbors who might be suffering, give people a phone call, and let's not forget to bow down and to practice our piety, practice our faith. Since we can't go to church and receive sacraments, at least we can pray the rosary at home and pray some of these prayers that Our Lady of Fatima and the angel taught to the children. And then it says the angel stood up and told the children, "Pray this way." And then the angel said something beautiful to these little children. The hearts of Jesus and Mary are attentive to the voice of your supplications. So perhaps God does hear the prayers of innocent children even more than those of adults. And so we know that God wants to hear the prayers of the humble, the simple people. So sometimes if you feel like, I'm not good at praying, I don't know much about praying, something simple from the heart is what is going to be heard. And the hearts of Jesus and Mary, the Sacred Heart of Jesus, the Immaculate Heart of Mary, are very attentive during these difficult days to all of the prayers that we can lift up to heaven for ourselves and for our world.